It's officially been 24 hours since the goats were released together and it's working amazing. Let me go show you. You can see the girls are just taking themselves over here and eating their hay away from Henry and Oscar, which is really good because they can get that distance and kind of separate themselves out. I would say I attribute my success with introducing the goats with kind of two major things. Firstly, there's plenty of space, right? So as you can see, the field is pretty large. Henry and Oscar have plenty of space over there, and we've also got the two climbing frames so they can get up high and hide in different places. And that's really important for spreading out the food, so especially with the hay, it's nice to have it all spread out so the girls can just come over here and get some space, right, from the boys. I tried this like week-long practice session where the goats could obviously see each other through the fence before, but I did about 45 minutes to an hour once a day where they could kind of meet each other face to face without the fence, and then I would just split them back off so the girls didn't get too stressed. They could meet each other, but it wasn't also being chucked in the deep end, right? And it's worked really well because they just get on so well and they're nice and calm. You can kind of see here, the girls used to have this kind of end of the field where the fence would come along here and then across there as well, and it worked really well for them. But as it's gone through the winter, it's got quite cold and wet and muddy. This bit here has been destroyed and they don't really go behind there at all, and this has all just got quite muddy, right? And I thought it would be a good idea to give them a lot of space over there because that area gets a lot of sun, whereas only just here in their field did. So I was like, well, they need more space, they're getting big, let's chuck them out there. The concern I had was due to these sheds here, because I knew Phoebe and Maya slept in this shed obviously when they were separated, and Henry and Oscar slept in this shed here, especially as Oscar and Henry do like to do a bit of headbutting here and there. So I came down here last night. I did say in the previous video I would show some footage, but it was literally pitch black. Henry and Oscar are sleeping here. You can kind of see Henry's in that sort of gap there where it's all pressed down. Oscar was sleeping in the middle. It's working really well, and then Phoebe and Maya were just tucked in at the back in their shed. It was amazing. And I was really happy with how that worked out because that was my big major concern, and one of those things you just can't practice, right? So I practiced everything else I could, made sure I was happy with how they were doing, and then put them all in together, and it's worked really well, and I'm really quite happy with it. And also what's really quite good about this is Henry and Oscar have access to all this part of their field again, which I think has been really good for them because it means they can come over here, stand on this climb frame, look over this part of the field. And it's quite interesting watching them. They're kind of sharing pretty well. I mean, obviously the girls are still a bit unsure, but if that was Oscar right there, Oscar would be head-butted into oblivion. He would not be allowed anywhere near. But Henry is just so good with the girls, which obviously is because he's not really intimidated by them, I guess. Maya, look at that, Maya. No, Henry, that's for Maya. So what this is just a bit of their food. They have these like sort of chunkier pellety things mixed in. And I use them as treats, and it's worked really well with the girls, getting them used to me. And then Henry and Oscar are getting a bit cheeky. Look at them, ready? Henry? Good boy, Henry. I've been using those as like treats to get the girls used to me, and it's working really well because they now run up to me, follow me around, and before they would just run away because when I got them they had literally no human handling whatsoever compared to Henry and Oscar who did. So it's working really well, and I've also been using it to try and get a bit of recall with Oscar. Oscar's a very strange character because he can be a little bit badly behaved, but also he can be really incredibly behaved. Unlike Henry, who's just normally pretty well behaved, aren't you, Henry? He's like the best goat, honestly. He is my best behaved goat, and I just love him so much for it because anybody can come in here, just give him a hug, stroke him, scratch him, that sort of thing. He just doesn't care. He's so good. Right, Henry, right, come on, up you come, good boy. Right, Henry, come on up. Henry, come here. Yeah, Henry, hold on. Good boy. So all four of my goats are pygmy goats, and this one here, this is Henry, as you've seen, and he is 2 years old now. He's a weather goat, so it means he's been castrated. Same with Oscar, he's been castrated as well. They're not brothers, but they're from the same father, I'm pretty sure, and they're about the same sort of age. I think Henry's like 6 days older, and then Phoebe and Maya, this one here is Maya. They are much younger. They're about 10 months old, 9-10 months old, and she is older than Phoebe by like 5 days or something, and Phoebe's like hiding in the back there. Oscar, come here. Good boy. And he's getting pretty good at recall now, eating the treats, because he really likes them. He's a good boy. I think he just likes food anyway, because goats normally like food. But yeah, this is Oscar. He's the same age as Henry, from the same place. They're both weather goats. He's very lovely as well. He can be a bit more temperamental with the stroking and stuff, but generally he's a good boy, and he does anything for food, to be fair. What's up, Oscar? Right, this could be very interesting. Look. Look, they're calming down now, which is good. Like, Oscar's getting good with the girls. Hey, Henry. And that's what I really like to see, that he's getting better with the girls. You might see him start chasing Maya around or trying to headbutt them, but generally, he's pretty good now. There goes Maya, off she goes. Phoebe's still in there. Right, Henry, stop pestering me now. There you go. You're such a lovely goat, aren't you, really? Aren't you, really? You're just a lovely goat. Hey, hey, hey. Off she goes. Oscar turned around a bit quickly in front of her and she's just run off. But still got little Maya here. Maya's so well behaved, aren't you, Maya? Whoa, he fell. Okay, off she goes. I have also noticed a very interesting behaviour that the girls have shown since being in the big field. Now this is very interesting because the girls always stick together, which obviously I was kind of expecting because they were in their field together for so long. Henry and Oscar just walk off and leave each other, but these two do not leave each other alone. If one runs off, the other will follow quite quickly. And they always eat together as well, which is good. They're very good at sharing compared to Henry and Oscar. They have to have separate things, otherwise they just headbutt over it, don't you? So all in all, I would say that was very successful. And if you're more interested in the process I took, I've got a whole playlist down below of kind of the start to the end, where we introduce the goats, their first time going on that climbing frame, to the point where we remove the fence and just let them loose. So that's a really good watch if you want to check out how I did that and kind of see what you would like to use in that, because I wouldn't say it's the perfect way to do it, but it works, so you can always implement it or change it slightly to fit your needs. Now, there are also plenty of other goat videos on my channel on the goat playlist as well, and yeah, recommend checking those out if you really like Henry and Oscar here. They're great goats. I really love them. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.